What's poppin', Saints? I'm Colin Dulles.
And I'm Emma Makin.
And this is SFHS Today.
In national news, many states are introducing anti-trans laws across the U.S. Since the beginning of the year, a total of 483 anti-trans bills have been introduced.
In school news, some students and the student council attended Feed My Starving Children. In total, they packed 68 boxes, made 14,600 meals, fed 40 kids for a year, and for a total of $4,259.52.
A good portion of the student council members went to Feed My Starving Children. It's important because I think as student council, we have a lot on our plate. We really try and do a lot around the school, but we also like to give back to the community.
In other school news, the Multicultural Student Union has set up a donation drive. Here is some more information on it.
So MCSU, we did it last year. We did a drive for Women's History Month. We do, we have people bring in a bunch of stuff like food and clothing, stuff from home like paper towels, to a bunch of different women's shelters and other homeless shelters in the area. We have 4 of them that we would love for you to donate to by the end of this month. But after this month will be good too. You can drop them off by D220 or drop them off in the student union. That would be great.
In more club news, GSA is looking for members. All LGBTQ+ students are welcome, but also LGBTQ+ allies. The group meets every Thursday during Saints time in the room D219, but students can be involved in our club even if they can't make it to the meetings. Please see Ms. Stoffel if you have any questions. Science teacher Clarissa Dobson is also the coach of robotics. The team is having a great season. They are currently ranked 19th out of 191 teams in the state. If they go to state, it will be the first time the robotics team has attended the tournament. Let's hear more about the team and their most recent competition.
We had 9 matches total, and at the end we ended up ranking 10th out of 60 teams, and then the top 8 teams get to pick their alliance members, and we end up actually moving up and becoming alliance captains for alliance number 7. So we were captains for one of the teams, which is really cool. And then our alliance, we played in like the finals, and we ended up making it all the way to 3rd place alliance.
How did you and your team react when you were having technical problems? And following up, how did you fix those problems?
For one of our wheels, a tooth on one of the gears broke. So if it was in like a certain spot, it wouldn't move. To fix that, we had to completely change our drivetrain, put in new wheels, and basically change the whole bottom half of the robot.
They're ranked 19th out of 191 teams in Minnesota, which is really awesome, which the top 36 teams get to go to state. So our next competition is next weekend at Williams Arena in Minneapolis. It will be March 30th is practice matches, and then 31st and April 1st are our qualification matches, and it's open to the public. We would love to have as many people come and cheer us on. And then Saturday they do the qualification matches after lunch, so it'll be a good time. So come watch and see what robotics is all about.
We wish the team well on their competition this weekend at Williams Arena. The music department hosted an all-school band concert in the gym. From 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade joined all of the high school bands. This coming Thursday, the choir hosts a similar event with some middle school choir students participating in the concert that will be at 7 p.m. in the PAC.
Easter is arriving soon, and knowing that the candy brand Peeps partnered with Pepsi to make a soda representing the marshmallow flavor, Emily Pip and Reese Grisey did a taste test with students and staff and had them give their first reactions and compare the drink to the treat.
We had people try Peeps flavored Pepsi,
and we got their opinions.
I think this is going to taste a lot more like Pepsi than Peeps.
I mean, I don't like Pepsi or really Peeps, but I'm gonna give it a try either way. I think it's gonna taste like those.
I think it's gonna taste like crap.
I think it's gonna taste like Peeps.
It's gonna just taste like super sweet, sugary Pepsi.
I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna taste like just regular Pepsi, but sweeter.
I don't think it's gonna taste like Peeps. I think it's just gonna taste like extra sugary Pepsi.
Might be like a little thicker. It looks kind of like syrup.
I think it'll probably taste like Pepsi with a little peep.
It's gonna taste like a melted Peep, you know, the ones that you put in the microwave and cooked for, too long and then they turn into liquid.
Oh, it's sweeter.
It smells very sweet, kind of like vanilla in a way.
It smells like Play-Doh. It smells like regular Pepsi.
So it smells a little bit like vanilla, like a really heavy vanilla. So I'm assuming it's going to be kind of a marshmallow flavor.
Just do it.
Yeah.
just tastes like Pepsi.
Okay, it's super sweet.
I don't think it's bad at all.
Personally, didn't like it very much.
Ooh. It's got a interesting aftertaste. Kind of hurts my throat a little bit.
That's not that bad. There's a little peep aftertaste, actually.
Actually tastes peep in it.
Just tastes like massively sugary Pepsi.
Kind of like a vanilla Pepsi almost.
It literally just tastes like regular Pepsi.
Yeah. It's good. That's really good.
Not something that I would probably go out and buy or ever drink again.
It kind of tastes like the smell of like
Cleaner?
tastes like soap. Yep. Soap and butter.
Okay, we'll compare it to an actual peep now.
The aftertaste of the Pepsi tastes like rotten.
It doesn't taste like the soda at all. This is so much nicer.
I feel like that tastes more like a peep than this does.
That does not taste like a peep at all.
Does it taste like the Pepsi?
No, not similar.
Not at all.
Now that everyone else tried it, it's our turn. Bottoms up.
Here we go. Nope. Nope.
That was quite dissatisfactory for my taste buds. Now let's pass it over to sports.
What's up, Saints? My name is Logan Cox.
And I'm Cam Husby.
And this is Sports. In national sports news, the Japan national baseball team beat Team USA and won gold in the Baseball World Classic when Shohei Ohtani struck out his current teammate Mike Trout, who plays on the Angels with him in regular season.
In local sports news, the boys basketball team took a tough loss in the first round of the state tournament to the 1 seed, Totino Grace. The final score was 86-36.
But they moved on to play in the consolation bracket, facing off against Mankato East on Wednesday, beating them by 6 points. St. Francis with 79, Mankato East with 73.
On Thursday, the Saints played Stewartville for the final game in the consolation bracket, losing by 1 point, 56-55. Ari and Taylor went out and followed up with the team.
We started out a little rough. We started out 2-5, but once the new year hit, we started to get our basketball legs underneath us and started playing a lot better basketball and finished the season really strong. We ended up earning the number 2 seed in Section 5-3A. We beat Monticello in the quarterfinal game. We beat a tough, high-scoring Big Lake team in the semifinals. And in the section championship, we faced a Princeton team who was a 1 seed that we hadn't beat in 6 years. So it was kind of an awesome experience for our guys to finally knock them off, and not only do that, but to do it in the section championship game was a pretty big thrill for us.
The season went really well. It was really fun, and we accomplished a lot of the goals that we had in mind in the beginning, and it was just a lot of fun.
We finally beat Princeton, and we just got our banner up in the wall. It's going to say 2023, and just marked our names in history.
Going into that section championship game, we obviously knew what was at stake, but we tried not to get ahead of ourselves, and our guys did a great job of focusing on the task at hand, and that was beating Princeton. But when that final buzzer sounded in overtime, you could see by the reactions of not only our fans, but our players, and also our coaching staff, that everyone was pretty excited about what we had accomplished.
It had been a long time since I think 2015 was the last time we made it to the state tournament. We had kind of a playoff drought going, hadn't won a playoff game in a while, so to win our first playoff game in a while and then to make it all the way to state was pretty satisfying.
The state tournament went really well. We faced Totino Grace, who was the number 1 seed and the eventual state champ, in the opening round, and they kind of gave it to us. But we bounced back the next day and beat the number 4 ranked Mankato East team, which was awesome. It was our first state tournament win since 1990. We had won 6 times, but hadn't won any games down there. So it was nice to finally get in the win column and advance to the consolation championship against Stewartville, who was also another good team. And unfortunately in the consolation game, we We lost in the closing seconds to Stewartville on a 3-pointer that allowed them to take the lead, and we got a shot at the end, but that rimmed out. So we ended up finishing 6th, which tied for the best finish in school history. So I guess you could say our season went pretty well.
In other sports news, students athletes Philip Conant, Callie Peterson, Kyla Abrahamson, Wes Myers, and Max DeBurr signed commitment letters to their schools of choice to further their sporting careers. Joe, Chase, and Caden caught up to them.
I chose to go to Concordia because they have a good program for my major and I could continue to play softball.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep playing basketball.
I chose to go to Bethel to continue playing baseball at a high level and because of the business program.
I chose to go to Concordia because it was in the environment I wanted, but it still had a decent town around the area.
I'm looking forward to meeting new people.
I'm looking forward to the competitiveness.
I'm looking forward to the better facilities.
I'm looking forward to seeing how I can play at a higher level.
I'm looking forward to continue to play the sport that I love.
Good luck to you all in your next chapters.
We'll have more on spring sports as they start their competitive season.
Let's throw it back to Maine. Thanks, Cammy and Logie.
Before we go, we have an RQT brought by Cam and Logan.
It's the random question thing, ding.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is when people talk bad about St. Francis, the school, the community, because I know how great it is, and you guys have awesome teachers, you have an awesome community.
My biggest pet peeve is when people walk slow in the hallway.
When someone moves my truck seat.
People who chew with their mouth open.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Mouth breathers.
I probably have two. One would be when people say, that's good enough. Like they just really don't put in their best effort. And what that says to me is they don't have enough pride in themselves to put forth their best effort. And the other one would be those people that say, I hate Mondays. How ridiculous is that? You're just going to give up 1/7 of your life to be like, I don't like this day. That's so dumb.
What's your biggest pet peeve? Mine's when people are rude to workers.
I'd say when people interrupt
That's
me.
all we have this week.
Stay safe, Saints.